Hello everybody, we are starting on a new day and I have a new junk to be working with. Here's my stack of stuff that I want to address. A bingo card, I have a little notepad thing, a money coin holder, here's a little scrap of paper, here's another little notepad thing. Stencils, I'd like to try to use that today. This is a Trader Joe's flyer. I'm kind of interested in that son. I think I'll try to use him today. And I was thinking of some of this. This was a paper, tissue paper that was in a gift. So let's get at it. This is where we're at so far, and I want to work on this page. This is what I tentatively decided to put here, so now I need to just work on that. This is a cupcake liner that I cut the bottom off of. Let me show you how I did that. So you have your cupcake liners, and what you're going to do, you're going to cut in and then just cut around that circle, the bottom of the cupcake. Now I have the option, I can keep the length the full length, or I can cut this down more and have a shorter one. So let's take a look here and see what I want to do. There we go. I think I like this length, so I'm going to keep it like that, but I don't need all that extra in the back. So see, all I did was I scrunched this up to how I wanted it, and then I placed it right behind. There you go. So let me remove that, and let me start gluing it in. First, what I'll want to do is decrease the size. So I'm just going to kind of cut right along here, and I'll be able to use that other places. It'll augment nicely. And I've got a pin kind of holding it for the moment, a paper clip. So I'm going to glue here first, and then I'll glue over there. After that, I'm going to put something in place because I want to make a pocket on the back of there. I want to make the best use of my space and have the most things to discover within my fun little book. So let's get going. Now I do have the option. I can glue this with my glue gun, or I can use my normal Elmer's. Let's go ahead and first try Elmer's. If I don't think it holds very well, I always can go back. Now I want to get in some of the pleats of the liner. Oh yeah, this is going to work great. The nice thing about using Elmer's instead of using the glue gun will give you bulk. Elmer's won't give you that same bulk, so I'm happy with this. Get a little under that crease and get my area. So move it around so I have it where I want it. So now that that's drying, I'm going to just move on to the next part. I want to cover this a little bit. It's something that I don't think will really be seen because I'm going to put a pocket over the back of that, so I can just use any kind of scrap paper. For that matter, I'm just going to use a scrap paper from a label that I no longer need. It's like, why not? Save on my other paper and use something that would have been just thrown away anyway. So I'm going to put it there, and the reason I'm putting it there, I'm putting a pocket here so when I push things in and out, it's not going to catch on that. So I'm just trying to create something that's going to smooth my area down a little bit, and that's exactly what this will do. Perfect. So the idea that I have for here is I was thinking of putting this there, a bingo card tucked in here, and then I was thinking of having this come up there. So I've got this kind of feel going on is what I'm thinking of initially. So I want to put something right here to create the pocket. I'm actually going to leave one of the edges open a tad, I think, this side, because then it'll give me a little bit more leeway. So I'm only going to glue it halfway up. I'm going to try that. I like having the little more leeway when I move stuff in and out. Yeah, I better just glue it. Just glue it. Okay, I'm going to let that dry a minute. While that's drying, I'm going to do some cutting here, because I think I want it more of a fussy cut look rather than a ripped look. And I haven't decided how I want to use it yet. If I want it to be like a little pocket, I think I'd like it to be a pocket. Something sticking out right there. So I'm going to go there to about here. So I'm going to just fold it and cut it there. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that down into a pocket shape. So it's going to be a U shape. And I want to tuck something in there. Just a little something to make sure I'll have room. That's not going to be something. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. Now that I have that, now I am seeing a little buckle. So this is a problem when you have a wetter glue and you have a thinner paper. I don't know if it's picking up at all, but the paper is starting to warp a little bit. So that can happen with that. It's not the end of the world though. So let's see if I can get this in. It is just the right size. So I think I'm going to I want it shorter. I might have to cut the gal off. See, it's not really long enough if I go right there because I want it just peeking at the top. So what I'm going to do, because I like this gal, I'm going to cut this off like that. Save that to use someplace else and still use this here. Too blessed to be stressed. Okay, I could actually put her down here. That might work. But what I want to work on now is my bingo card. This is a vintage bingo card. I love it. It's just got that wonderful old feel to it. I'm going to make a hinge for it. And I will make a hinge out of, I'm going to make it out of my, once again, out of my paper. And I'm going to do it right there. So I have the option as I make this to let which side I want to show. I want this to be an inch long, an inch wide, so I'm putting it on the inch mark and just trimming it down. Now I'm going to fold it. I see I have a little rip there, so I'm going to rip it so I just remember. I'm just going to fold this in half. Okay. For this particular one, I think I'm just going to I'm keeping the tomatoes in the inside. So, I've got the bingo card. It's going to go on this side. So I just need to remember that as I'm gluing it. Cutting off the edge a tad bit. Positioning it. And cutting off right there. And going to get side one on. So I'm gluing it down nicely. Handy dandy Elmer's. So I'm going right up to the edge to it. If I go too far in or out, it's going to affect how the hinge works. So the hinge will go there. Hinge will go there. It'll open up, and you cannot tell it comes from my crushed tomatoes. So the Elmer's glue is not quite dry, so it's moving around a little bit, so I don't want to touch it until it's actually ready to go. So what I can do too, I can put, I was thinking just one more thing there and a little tuck going out. That's what I was thinking. So what I don't need all of this, so I'm going to cut it at the bottom. Well, yeah, because the lip sticks up, and I'm going to tuck things underneath it. So I'm going to rip it open like this, and then just cut along that bottom line, and then I'm going to place that here. So do I want it right at the bottom? Yeah, I want it right at the bottom. So I'm going to go do another U. Right at the bottom of this one. Perfect. Now this actually would be a fun spot to put a money, not a money tag. I think of these as money because like when you have something on sale, something like that in there. I'm going to put that. I'm going to tuck that in because I want that to be more of a surprise and not hit you right away. So I still have something I can do here. I think I'm going to work over here before I decide over here. But first, I think this is secure enough. I'm going to get this put on. So I'm gluing down this side of the hinge now. Let's see where exactly I want it. It's going to go along the edge. About right there. Nice. So my glue is a little slippery, so I don't want to keep touching it too much. I'm just going to lay it there and let it do its work. I just happened to pull this card out. I'm going to use this somewhere. Maybe not today, but for now, I'm going to tuck it in a pocket so I remember it. Okay, back to this one. So now on this side, let me clean up before we begin again. So on this side, what I was thinking of using was the sun, having the sun peeking out, and this comes from the Trader Joe's flyer. So I'm just going to cut this beauty out. Trim some of my edges. Wasn't a very good cut. And, ooh, this can come out right by those lines. So I think I want to do that. So now I have to decide if I want any coloring on it. I think what I'll do is pull out my inks. This is like a Tim Holtz mat, but it's not a Tim Holtz mat. I got it off of Amazon. It was a better price, but actually it's not as good. It's porous, and so what I've found is that the moisture will go through. I'm going to try using this for right now, though. We'll see what happens. So I'm just putting a little blob down here. I can tell already I don't like it as much again. And then I'm grabbing my water, picking up the ink, and then I'm going in to add color. So I'm going to dry it. There you go. My sun has color. I'm going to use more of that, so I'm not putting it all away. I like that. I'm going to grab my glue now. It was meant to be there. While I'm working on that, I'm just going to grab a clip and hold this side over. It keeps on flopping. Getting in my way. Clip there. Okay, so I've got that. And so now I decided I want to add more coloring in here. So I'm going to add more water just to dilute it more, because those are just such straight lines and I want it to move more easily. So now I don't have any gesso or anything on my page, so I do need to be aware of that. So the water will absorb more readily. So now I'm going to dry it and see what I've got. Okay. So as I see this, I think this turned out just great, but I would like to pick up a little bit more color now on the other side. So like let's say on the check, just to pick up that yellow over there, a little over here, maybe a little coming in there. So my brush got a little dry, so since that happened, the ink doesn't flow as well. It globbed up a little bit. There, I like that. So you can see how it picks up color. Ooh, that's something I made a long time ago. I'm going to use that somewhere in here. Not sure where yet, but I'm going to use it. Oh. Gosh, I wonder if I should just try to use it here somehow. I'm going to use it here. Well, let me look. No, it takes away too much. I am going to use that in the book, but if I use it there, it just starts getting a little bit too cluttered, I think. And it flows a little bit for me. So one of the things I was thinking that I've got also, I've got this children's book, and I have like a little cat, or a little, I just want to see what this cat looks like. If I were to cut him out and have him sitting right there. It's nice with these children's books, or whatever books, because you can get a book at a thrift shop so inexpensive and it'll be loaded with images you can use. Well, I like the cat. I don't necessarily like him there. Oh, maybe down there. That's not bad. Maybe for a different page. For this one, I still want something right there. So I'm going to switch this around, and I'm going to try putting this in the coin pocket. It was a little bit too wide, so I'm cutting it down. So that goes there, which is nice right by the money. I like that. I still want to decide what goes in there. This is a map might be nice, a piece of atlas or something. I could also... I think I like that. So this is a tag I had, folded in half. I don't think I want the strings hitting there. So it keeps a little bit more plain, but it's got the interest from the zigzags. I'm trying to decide how far I want it over. And I could, if I want to, just put something there like a letter or something else. Still something here of interest. Here's a couple of punches I might want to try. I'm going to try this one in a solid color. I'm just going to grab this blue. Since I've already got kind of a butterfly thing going on, I thought it might be cute with that. It would need to be something darker. I am just going to see what it does with something like this. That's actually interesting. But the white gets lost there. But I like that. That's a punch just on the can label. I like that. So what if we did like a color and then the blue? Okay, I like that. I'm going to stick with that. So now the question is if I want some kind of a pink behind there. I'm going to try two different ways. I'm going to try doing a butterfly with the same pinks. And then I'm also going to try a block with the butterfly in a different color. Let me turn it around so you can see. Okay. So now I have, oops, that's just the pink butterfly. Could have it coming up like that. Oh, actually I'd like it just like that. I think I'm going to do that, just angled. Okay. So because this one's so heavy with detail and this one's not, I'm going to do some stenciling around here. I don't want to put a ton because I don't want everything so busy, but just to kind of create a little bit more balance between the two pages. So I'm going to grab my stencils and decide which ones I want to use. I could use kind of this scratch. I was also thinking something swirly might be nice, but it might be nice just having kind of polka dots. I think I'm going to do that. And, I think I should do maybe pink and yellow. So I'm going to grab yellow. I'm going to grab a softer pink and a softer yellow and see what happens. So position it. Start out with some pinks. This pink I think is actually a pretty light, yeah, like I'm hardly even seeing it. So it's a very light colored pink. And I don't think I need a lot of it, but I just want it to be kind of coming through. And maybe a tad up here. Kind of like a C shape of the page. So I have that. I could stop there because I do have the yellow of the sunlight. I'm going to put a little stenciling right there because it just kind of brings the page over a little bit more, makes it a full spread. And I'm just going to see what it looks like with some of the yellow. Not committing to the whole thing, but just trying it and see what it looks like. Yeah, I don't need much yellow. I think if I do much of the yellow, it's going to look too busy. So I think I'll put it in 3 spots. Up there, and then a little here. And I think that's good. So, actually, one more spot. I'm going to put a little of both colors, the yellow and the pink, on my card. My guest check. Nice. I like that. I think I'll put just a tad more of this and a tad more of my yellow. I'm going to stop there. If I do more, I'm going to be overdoing it. I feel like that last yellow right here was just a little bit too bright. So I'm going to take my handy dandy paint, just mellow it down a tad bit. Like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let me look at the page and see what else I need to do. Okay, so what we have here, I put the bird in here instead. I love that little birdie. So it pulls out of this top tuck area. Too blessed to be stressed is behind that. I've got these 2 little tucks here. And then this opens up. Oop, I can do something there. And then also this opens up. So my first thought is to not go hog wild because I have a whole book I need to still put stuff in. Let's focus on this one. That fits nicely. So what I want to do is, I don't want to add a bunch of paper to this, but I don't want it looking like the back of a cardboard thing. So I'm going to rough it up with my paint. Give it some personality. think I am going to put this here. I'm just trying to decide. I think I might put a belly band. Actually, I also have this. I'm going to use some of this. This is left over from a different project. Different paper pad. So I've got my hinge there. I have to decide if I want to go up to my hinge or over my hinge. I don't like the look of it when I go over my hinge, so I'm going to bring this up to the hinge and then glue it on both sides. If the glue goes in too far towards the center, I'm not going to have room to lay my card in there. So I'll let that dry and we'll see how it works. So that's going to go there. And I can put a little thing here. Actually, I like this one on the back of the card. I don't think I want to scoop it through it. I think I might just glue it on rather than put it through and tie it through. Once again, just keeping in mind bulk. I've got the bulk in my mind. So if I do this and then glue both sides, it'll hold in place. So just a little touch there, and I can use my other glue too. And it fits. All right, I like that. So let's see what we've got again. Got this, that's going to open up, that's going to open up. Have to decide there. Let's put some stencils there right now. That. Have to decide here at this point. I could do something simple like that, keeping with kind of the look of everything else. This is the one that seems to work for me. I have this little bag left over from a different project. I'm just going to take a peek and see what's in there. Oh, this is from a pie crust. That's kind of fun. I feel like I need some color there. So, I'm going to go with this one. This one's got kind of a slick back because it had pie crust. Oh, I can peel that off. Now we're talking. Okay, I'm going to glue that up. And I'm just going to make a ridge at the bottom so things can get tucked in. Okay, that's probably good. And that'll tuck there. So, and then this will open up. And it seems like if I just had some word kind of stamped there. So here's a bunch of words that I got. Got it on clearance for 74 cents. How awesome is that? So now, what I want to do is decide what to put here. I think beautiful is what I want. So I'm going to use this color. Kind of matches the apple pie. So I think what I want to do is maybe put something underneath here to just provide a surface that'll be flat enough when I stamp. I'm going to below there, over there. I'm going to try this. Beautiful! You know, I wonder if it went through the page. That's the one thing I gotta check. We'll find out. It did go through the page a little bit, so I need to make a design so that that's not there if I want that. Okay, so let's take a look. Turn it to this. I've got the sun. I've got this going on with this tag. Open that. I've got that, this. These two pull out. Open that. Got this, that. I think that's good. So there you go. Hope you had fun. That's a fun page. I like it. Hope you're enjoying your journal too. Hey, I'll talk with you later, okay? On to another page. Bye.